Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back in OTB, hour number 2, live from the Raising Cane studio. Jake, Moose, Luke, and Tay here with you on a Friday morning. Now, we'll get away just a wee bit from sports, and if you've listened to the show, we've been real sports heavy for us. But, Taylor, you said that you were rolling 9 deep to Scary Movie 17.
Yeah. I think
so you are making this a family affair.
Oh, yeah. I've been looking forward to this, man, for a while. You know I love the parody movie. Like, we talk about Not Another Teen movie all the time. I see a lot of horror movies. You know, obviously the spin-off factor here. I'm excited. Plus, Victoria is 34 weeks pregnant, and she told me, hey, I want to get out and do something with the fam before I'm laid up for the next 2 weeks because bless her heart, she's pretty much done. Like we're actually going out with my family tonight. So my side is going dinner and a movie tonight, and then we're going out with her family on Sunday just because like she said this is her words, not mine. She told me I've had a really easy pregnancy up until about 2 weeks ago, and once she got to like that 32-week mark, she was like, I'm done. I'm ready to push this kid out already, and so yeah, we're rolling 9 deep, and we're excited about it.
See, typically, like movies, you know, like any Christopher Nolan movie,
sure,
like any, like, you know, trying to think of like what people like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, like people are camped out, they're ready to go. I don't know that I've ever met someone be ready to go for Scary Movie, and not only him ready to go, but his entire family ready to go to Scary Movie.
Well, this was 100% my idea. I mean, me and Victoria kind of planned the whole thing. She's just going to see it because I want to see it. Jake, this might surprise you. I am not a deep thinker. I love a good movie where I'm sitting there, or whodunit. I'm sitting there like, oh, man, like, you know, what's going to happen? I can go there. I can watch this trash movie. I can not think about anything. I can just sit back and laugh. Sometimes I need that. That's what we're doing. So we're rolling in Scary Movie 6. I've obviously seen the 5 previous.
Oh, yeah. You don't see 6 if you hadn't seen 3, 4, and 5.
That's true, because, you know, the storyline is so dynamic and diverse that, you know, you got to do chronological order. I got Victoria to watch them, though, Jake, and I got to tell you, she wasn't a huge fan of them. We watched 1 through 3, and she goes, you know, Tyler, like, I haven't seen any of the movies they're making fun of. So, like, I just don't get it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But these are recent, and I drag her to scary movies all the time. So she's probably seen the majority of these. I'm excited about it. Always been a fan of the Wayans Bros, and they put this together. So I think it'll be fun.
Luke, Moose, have y'all seen Scary Movie 1 through 5? I've seen a couple of them. Like, I've seen the one, like, grab me by my strong hand. Like, I've seen that one before.
Scary Movie 2.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I've seen 1 through 4. I've not seen 5.
Okay. All right.
I would be in the same category as Victoria now, where the new new horror movies, I just haven't seen enough of them, or yeah. I probably wouldn't get the jokes.
Yeah. True. Now, Luke, you're a little bit younger than anybody else in this room, and so it's been a while since we've had a scary movie. Where do you fall?
I can't remember. I know I've seen one. I don't remember what number.
Well, buddy, if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Do you remember what happened in it? I can probably tell you which one.
Jesus. No, I don't remember. But there's 2 actual horror movies out: Obsession and Backrooms.
I will see both
my
of them.
teenagers just went and saw Backrooms.
What'd they say?
Okay.
Yeah.
Said okay.
I'm more excited about the other one.
Obsession was really, really good.
Okay, so the guy who made that movie is like a comedy TikToker. He made the entire movie in like 3 months, and people think it's going to win like movie of the year or something.
Yes, he makes YouTube shorts, and A24 reached out to him so he could pitch some more his short videos to the A24 board, and he was like, no, and he pitched them Obsession, And they were like, "Yeah, let's make
Yeah,
that
because
right
like
now."
he's
Didn't
like
it
a
cost
comedy
like
guy.
basically nothing to
Basically,
make, right?
I mean, I think he made the whole thing start to finish like 3 months.
Like the money was just like nothing.
Yeah, because he makes all of his money social media. He basically funded the entire thing himself. It's pretty cool. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, we're excited. Scary Movie 4, Luke, just for the reference, awful, worst one of the series. Skip it.
I can go without it.
Yes, you can go with that. Don't need it.
You can go with that all
Doesn't
of
follow
them.
the storyline. You don't need it.
I can't tell you the last time I saw like a scary movie in theaters either. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, my wife doesn't like them, and if I get a chance to go to the movies, which is rare, it's gonna be something that's like I know is going to be really, really good. Like I don't take a lot of chances at the movies because I can't. I don't have many chances to go. Certainly not to non-animated movies. Now, although I'm getting past that point with how old my children are now, but if I go, I
mean,
guess it's not going to be a scary movie.
Prices
like
of
that was in
movie
my
concessions. You might have to take out a loan to take the whole family.
Oh,
I mean,
it's $225, $250
yeah.
to take my family to the movie, all in.
Nah.
So
Just
it's,
me and Victoria. Me and Victoria go like once a month, honestly. Maybe once every 2 months. I mean, we go quite a bit. And I'm still not a member of any like movie rewards. Never have.
Oh my God!
I know.
All right, T-Bob.
I know. It's not that I don't want to. Like T-Bob had this immoral thing where he thought it was wrong to do it.
Well, that's the excuse he used because
Every time I sit down, I'm like, oh, I'm going to sign up for that. By the time I leave, I already forgot. So
T-Bob would get coffee every single morning at Starbucks. Every single morning. He didn't miss a morning. That was his routine. He lived right by one, and he would do it. And we're like, hey, oh, dude, you must have 1,000,000 points. He's like, no. Like, what do you mean, no? You don't scan every time like you do it. Like you would never pay for coffee again with how much you've already built up in equity. It's like, no, man, I don't do that because like I want to pay for it because they're like doing a service for me. And I'm like, you want to give Starbucks, the little man, the poor man that's hurting,
hey,
you want to give them some money.
T-Bob, big proponent of the small local businesses. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if he was going to
fan.
like Simple Joe's on the way here, and it's like that's where he got his coffee. Okay, I can get behind that.
Nope,
This man's
Starbucks.
like, well, I don't want to like Starbucks is like doing the work, so like I don't want to like not give him the money. I'm
It's
like,
Starbucks, bud.
what? I was like, get $100 in ones, and for T-Bob, it'd be hard for him not to spend it somewhere else, but get $100 in ones, and then every time you get a coffee, just pull out a one, give it as a tip. Pull out a one, give it like if you want to tip the person. But this man did not use the Starbucks app rewards where he would have gotten free coffee forever because he did it every day for the 6 years that I worked with him. Off principle for Starbucks. So it's not like that, you're saying.
Starbucks, big on principles.
Yeah.
That company, huge on principles.
You want to talk about somebody that just follows their beliefs and everything? It's Starbucks. Yeah. We got to trust them.
Oh, Bob. He was one of one. He was one of one. I think I'm going to wait to the Odyssey to go see the movies. Go to the movie theater. I think I'm going to wait for that. I know there's been a lot of conversation about the Odyssey. A lot of people mad that this, that, and the other, the uniforms don't look authentic and to the time. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about any of that. There's not a vigilante running around Gotham, but Christopher Nolan makes a movie about it. I mean, you'll watch it. Gotham's not a real city. I don't know.
I don't even know a ton about the Odyssey. I don't know enough about it to get mad about it.
Name a famous actor. I bet you that actor's in that movie.
Isn't Pedro Pascal in it? I'm pretty sure he is.
Actually, I don't know if he's in it.
Maybe.
Well, then Luke was wrong.
He might be.
He might be.
Soft maybe.
Or you went Pedro Pascal on it. I mean, there's a lot of other famous actors that probably are in this movie that you could have, and you went Pedro Pascal.
I picked him.
What are you doing, Taylor?
He's been in everything lately. That's why I picked him. He wasn't top of mind.
It's Christopher
Like,
Nolan.
you don't want to go Matt Damon. You didn't want to go Tom Holland. You could have gone Anne Hathaway.
Is Anne Hathaway in it, Luke?
Yes.
Okay.
Zendaya.
Tom Holland. Travis Scott is actually in it.
Yes.
Okay, I did hear that.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not sure.
Maybe Travis has acting chops you don't know about.
He's just
Taylor.
getting his acting chops together in Odyssey.
He
You know,
might.
I always say, let the little man start small and build his acting chops in a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, are you going to turn down Christopher Nolan?
No.
I'm not.
I just don't know if that's where you start. Does he rap in it?
I'm going to bet no.
Okay.
I'm going to bet no. Now, the movie you're seeing tonight, all games on.
Oh, yeah. Look, I know y'all are thinking, damn, I wish I could go to see Scary Movie 6 tonight.
Nope.
It's okay. I will have a movie review on Monday. It's fine. Okay.
I will watch the highlights of the movie.
So the entire thing?
No, you knew what he meant. You knew what he meant. All right. I can't believe you're going to see a scary movie with your family, the entire family.
There's a chance they're not thrilled about it, but we're doing it.
Are you forcing these people to go see Scary Movie 6?
I think Victoria's text in our family group chat was, hey, we're planning on going to see Scary Movie 6 on June 5th. This theater, this time. Who wants to go? And then everybody said they were in. So,
All right. What are the ages of the people, real quick, just before we go to break, what are the ages of this family? Like, we're talking all ages?
yeah, I mean, you got my parents, so 60s.
Your parents are going to go see Scary Movie 6.
Jake, I just said not everybody's thrilled about it. That doesn't mean they're not going. We're doing this as a family. It's supposed to be a nice thing. It's supposed to be a nice outing.
I give y'all a lot of credit. Y'all do a lot of family things. You do. Like, y'all stay connected. I'll give you a lot of credit for that. If I called my dad, if I called Joey right now and said, hey, Dad, we're going to go see Scary Movie 6, and he would say, the hell we are. That would be his.
Well.
So, shout out to your dad for being open-minded and want to hang out with his son.
They're going. My uncle, around the same age as them. My sister, brother-in-law, 2 years older than me and Victoria, and then my younger brother who's 23.
All right. Sorry, Chad, I just pulled you up. Up here by myself, sometimes I forget to do it. So I pat my chest. That's on me, but I'm in now. And I'm all on live chat as well. So everybody, I see every message. We'll get to some of the messages in the chat when we come back. Again, we've got Bill Bender of the Sporting News in about 15 minutes from now. Look forward to that conversation. Bill put out a great quarterback ranking list earlier this week that we broke down. We'll get it from the guy who wrote it himself in about 15 minutes from now. More OTB when we come back here, live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com, the website for Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Remember, when you go to GetGordon.com, you're going to be able to have a chat with a live agent. It's going to pull up right there in front of you to answer any of your questions. You also can see on the website what they can do for you in the courtroom, past client results, all that's going to be there as well. And if you want to get in contact with Gordon McKernan, it's very easy. If you're in the state of Louisiana, it doesn't matter where you're at, Shreveport, Monroe, DeRidder, Homa, Cutoff, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, Walker, doesn't matter. Shooter, doesn't matter where you're at. It's your area code followed by 888-8888. 888-8888. It's followed by the 8s. You call the 8s and they get it done for you. So go to the website, getgordon.com. Social media, the handle's always going to be at getgordon, right? All major social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. You can find it online, getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, here live from the Raising Cane studio. Sorry. Putting together my all meathead team in the Feel Still magazine, and, well, type in when you have fat thumbs is hard. Send it to the wrong place. Trying to figure out where to send said meathead team.
Some lucky, unsuspected recipient's going to have an awesome list sent their way just for no reason at all.
That's true. That's very, very true. I went a little different this year. Sometimes I would mix in, like, big name draft guys that played really hard, and they're like, yeah, well, they got to be meatheads to play. I've done that in the past. I went a little small school heavy here in this one. In today's age of college football with NIL and everybody having their hand out a little bit, I'm like, you know what? Let me throw some Jacksonville State in there. Ooh. Let me throw in some Tulsa. I actually got 2 people from Jacksonville State. Let me throw in an Old Dominion. Troy.
So we're going Jacksonville State to win their league? That's what I'm hearing right now?
I think so.
That's the future we're putting down?
I think so. They're salty this year. They're what, the Gamecocks?
Yeah.
Something. Yep. No big deal. Definitely knew that. Felt confident about that one. You got a stud running back. Cam Cook.
Relation to James Cook? Probably not.
Where did Cam Cook transfer to, though? West Virginia, I think.
Yeah, he was a bigger school, right?
I think he went to West Virginia from Jacksonville State.
So he's not at Jacksonville State anymore then?
No.
All right.
He was TCU to Jacksonville State, West Virginia.
Here, he started at TCU. Didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Conference USA Player of the Year. I knew he went somewhere. I didn't know when he went. He went, West Virginia. So, but you can still bet on Jacksonville State to win the league if you want to.
I mean, if they got 2 guys on the meathead team.
I think Bo Nix's brother is on Jacksonville State, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, now I'm sold.
Yeah. That's
a dark horse playoff team.
Everybody's got a chance now. Everybody does have a chance. So, yesterday, the news for LSU basketball was they were going to go play a game at Gonzaga. So I was excited about that. Now, it is the same day as the Texas game. So, Texas football, of course, and LSU in Tiger Stadium. So, depending on the time, I guess, the excitement around that game. But Moose, Luke, we don't ever get a chance to get y'all's opinion on this subject. We don't really know what to make of what's going on in LSU basketball. I'm not really sure who's going to actually be eligible to play. I'm not really sure what it's actually going to look like. There's some guys that have played in the G League, as we know, that you have gotten out of the transfer portal, and they're going to have court cases to see if they can play. So I don't know what the roster looks like. I'm fired up as hell to have Will Wade back. I do know that. That's about all that is certain for LSU basketball.
Yeah, I mean, the players they've gotten are really good and very projectable to the SEC. It's just, like you said, a matter of eligibility. I feel pretty good about the international guys being eligible. Yamadar, we'll see. But the rest of the international guys feel really good about their eligibility. I think they kind of know that, all right, those guys, you're going to have them, like Santos and Salu Niang and that crop. You look at RJ Lewis, says he's the G League guy you were referencing, and probably not going to happen there.
Yeah, I remember covering him on my college show when he was the Big East Player of the Year.
Yeah, you gave up your eligibility. You kind of have to live with that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll fight it and do whatever. I don't think that's cool. I think that's stupid. Like, it was dumb when Charles Bediako in Alabama and Baylor and all that. But anyway, I like the pieces they actually got from college too, like Mo Diabate and Abdi Bashir from Kansas State. I mean, that guy can really fill it up. So I think Will's put together a nice mix of offense and defense. It really started offensive heavy, but the defensive players that he's added here as of late, like Bryce DeSere, we mentioned Salu Niang, that's good. They really need to still get a point guard. They need a true point guard on this club.
What is, and everybody in the room can answer this, it's not even like an expectation. Like, I don't really need a win total or anything. That, what would you be okay with as an LSU fan? What would be acceptable for you in year number 1 of Will Wade to make you feel good about all the things you went through to bring Will Wade back? We were pining for Will Wade to come back ever since he left. We're all excited that Will Wade's back, but what would be an acceptable year number one under Will Wade?
500 record in the league for me.
500?
NCAA tournament for me. I don't care how it looks. Just get there. Like it can look like NC State did a year ago, where you snuck in. Just get in. Like with what they've invested in the program, with what they've been able to bring in, just get into the tournament. You don't have to win a game. Not worried about that. Get into the NCAA tournament. Plus, there's 98 teams in it now. So I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, you only got to make the top 85 now, Moose. Whatever it is.
It's fair.
His point about Abdi Bashir, that might be my favorite guy they've gotten in the portal. And he wasn't even one of these EuroLeague players. I mean, 13.5 points last year, 20 points a game 2 years ago at Monmouth. He's a 6'7" guard. Like, everyone wants to talk about the EuroLeague players and are they going to be eligible, and Wade's bringing in pro players. Abdi Bashir could fill it up.
I think I'm a little bit with both of you. I'm with Taylor in the fact that 500 in the SEC, but 500 in the SEC gets you into the tournament. Yep. So I think both are going to be true if those, if Taylor's happens, then Moose's is going to happen as well. Luke, your acceptance rate for Will Wade and this LSU basketball team in year number one?
I think that we are obviously giving Will Wade the resources he needs to get this team year one into the NCAA tournament, but I don't know if that is a real expectation. What questions would be asked if he didn't get this team to the NCAA tournament year one?
Luke just wants everybody to have fun.
It's just here for the vibes.
Hey, vibes are going to be better than they were.
I will say, to Luke's point, though, I want both the things that y'all said. I want 500 and I want an NCAA tournament appearance. But I also just want it to look like it's going in a good direction. I want it to look like there's a plan. I want it to look like they're competitive. I want the PMAC to be loud. I want people to care about LSU basketball. Y'all, we didn't talk basketball at all this year on an LSU-themed sports radio show in Baton Rouge because nobody cared. That's how bad it was. Now, of course, we talk women's basketball. We had Coach Mulkey on every week. Talked a lot about that because they were giving you something to talk about. We didn't talk men's basketball. We had Coach McMahon on twice, kind of very beginning of the season, and then that was it. Then it was downhill, and then it was last in the SEC. And it was just more of the same. So I want the things that y'all want, but also, man, I just want it to look like it's a functional basketball program that has a future.
I don't want to be playing in a graveyard. Jake, LSU men's basketball met COVID restrictions last year.
They did.
You were more than 6 feet apart up in that arena. You beat Gonzaga up there on the road, and you come back for that next home game. I don't care what this team does later on in the season. That arena is going to be loud. It's going to be insane. I mean, people love Will Wade. You saw how many people were at his press conference when he came back. I mean, there was a couple thousand people there for his introductory press conference. When's the last time that's happened in LSU basketball? Yeah. Whatever happens year one, it's going to be exciting. And I'm with you. I just need this team to have a pulse.
And we'll see. We'll see what the team looks like. We'll see the international guys. We'll see the guys in the G League. And I got to see the final form of the roster really before you can make a true assessment of what we feel like it is going to be. All right, we are going to step away, and when we come back, we'll get right back into some LSU football. I got Bill Bender of the Sporting News is going to join us. Remember, he put out a quarterback ranking, and LSU's quarterback was in the top 10. We'll tell you where the LSU quarterback was. We'll tell you who is number one on that list as well and how Bill got there, and we'll do it when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, at First American Bank and Trust, banking is built on relationships. So whether you're opening a personal account, growing your business, buying a home, or planning for the future, you'll work with local bankers who understand your goals and are committed to helping you succeed. You'll get the convenience of modern banking along with the personal service and local decision-making that makes all the difference when you need answers. And we talk about that all the time. You go to the website, you'll see the bells, the whistles, all the things that national banks have. But also, when a decision has to be made, they make the decision in Baton Rouge. They don't call New York. They don't call San Francisco. It is right here in this area, and that's what it's always going to be. For generations, First American Bank and Trust has been serving Louisiana communities by helping families and growing businesses together and with confidence. If you're ready for a better banking experience, make the switch today. Visit FABT.com to learn more. Find your local branch. That's First American Bank and Trust, banking on relationships.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Feels the way I do about you now.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Always a pleasure to catch up with our next guest. It has been far too long. My guy, Bill Bender of the Sporting News, joins us now. Bill, always a pleasure, as I said. Glad to have you on, sir.
Me and Bobby Carpenter, you got two guys from Lancaster, Ohio, one that played in the NFL and one that's written about it for a little bit. So we'll let the listeners decide which one is which.
Hey, you know what, though? You and Bob are two of my favorites, so it's a good day here for me to be able to talk to both of you. Very excited to have this conversation because earlier in the week, Bill, here on this show, we actually broke down your quarterback rankings, and that's on thesportingnews.com. You can check that out right now, and you went top 25 quarterbacks. But before we get into individual guys and different players on this list, how difficult is it when you're putting a list like this together? Not just because of so many great quarterbacks, but also there's so many quarterbacks on this list that are going to be a new face in a new place. Like, we've known them to be really good elsewhere, and they're going to try to be good somewhere new. And we always think that it's going to work out like it did at their old school. But look, sometimes it's better than it was at their old school. When you're putting a list like this together, how difficult is it knowing they're in a new spot, in a new school, in a new system?
Oh, there's a mix. So there are three transfer guys four if you count Hoover. The four of the transfer guys that I think are immediate impact at their new school, Sam Levitt being one of them. Darian Mensah at Miami had monster numbers the last two seasons. You got Mestamaker, who I think it's going to translate well at Oklahoma State. I really do. And then Hoover, you look at the jumps that Rourke and Mendoza wasn't even on my list last year. That makes me look bad. And so I learned my lesson, and we're going to have Hoover up there around 11 at Indiana. So it is tough when you have the returning QBs, the Heisman. There's one Heisman finalist on the list from last year, and then the transfers. It's a mix. It's not a perfect science, but I liked our list.
Yeah, and it is very difficult to do, like you said, because there's going to be some guys that are taking over for legends, and you mentioned Josh Hoover. You're taking over for a guy that won a national championship, Mendoza at Indiana, it still seems crazy to say that out loud. So there's going to be a lot of expectations on a player like that, but let's just go ahead, rip the Band-Aid off, start this conversation. Big reason why we wanted to have you on. Number 10, Sam Levitt, coming over from Arizona State to LSU. He had an injury-plagued season a year ago when he was in there. The play was really well. Like, we know what he did a couple years ago when he leads Arizona State to a playoff game against Texas where they had an opportunity, to say the least, to win that game, overtime game. So if you're breaking down Sam Levitt going from Arizona State to LSU, and for our LSU fans listening, how would you break down his game and how he's on the top 10 in this list?
Well, it's everything you said. You got a guy that's 16 and 4 as a starter. I like his mobility. It's not necessarily like a designed run, but the ability to scramble, make plays, and improv. And I think, you give him Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr., provided his foot's okay. He's that classic tough guy,
Yeah.
The teammates rally around him quite a bit, and he throws the ball well. You saw that when he had Jordan Tyson at Arizona State. You wonder how he'll make the leap to the SEC, but he's got a lot of upside. I think we had him number 6 on our list last year at Arizona State. So, the talent's there. I actually like his skill set for the next level too. So I want to see how it develops this year in Baton Rouge. I think he's going to have a good year.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it all works out because you have a completely different offense this year in Baton Rouge compared to last year. And last year, it was just abysmal. The things that they were trying to get done, they led the country in yards, 5 yards or less. I believe they led the country in throws behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, it was just a lot of screens. It was a lot of short intermediate stuff. There was nothing in the middle of the football field. They used the middle of the football field. I think they were 120th or something, maybe 125th in the country in middle of the football field between the hashes. And this isn't the NFL. These hashes are pretty wide. So
Right.
Offensively last year, it wasn't even the players and Garrett Nussmeier being hurt. That was a part of it, but just the scheme alone, I think for LSU fans, going from what they were watching a year ago to what they're going to be watching now, it doesn't almost even matter who the quarterback is because it's going to look so completely different.
For sure. And you try to picture Leavitt in what Trinidad was doing last year. And Trinidad is our number one quarterback.
Right.
And Jacob, when you do these stories that I do every summer, there's those moments of hesitancy where you're kind of like, man, I don't know if this guy's here. I don't know why I should have put him number one or not. I didn't have much hesitation with Trinidad.
Right.
Because, building off what he did last year, I know there's a new, obviously the coordinator switch and a new head coach. But if you envision Leavitt doing what Trinidad did, I think it will be okay. You'll throw the ball down the field a little more. You will use the middle of the field. He will be able to use his scrambling ability to extend plays too. And it all comes down, we got to see it. Obviously, he had the surgery, and you want to see it on the field, make sure he's good to go along the way.
Yeah, and I don't even argue that Trinidad Chambliss doesn't deserve to start right where y'all have him. What he was able to do a year ago and even gotten better in the playoffs and really put the team on his back there a couple of different times, certainly on the Sugar Bowl. Now with a different offensive coordinator and a little bit of a different scheme, they're going to try to do similar things, but we'll see how that works out. But I am not going to argue that point. I will say this. There is a player that comes in the top 5 that I thought would be a little bit higher for you, and that's Julian Sayin out of Ohio State. Mm-hmm. When you put him at 5, how close was he to be in, maybe even 3 or maybe even 2 on this list? Because I know you're a big fan of his game.
Yeah, dirty secret here. I consulted a couple guys I've worked with. I said, hey, give me your 25, and then give me and I'll average them out. And
right.
The other 2 guys, but I said my name's still on it. I'm going to bump some guys around. But
right.
in their ballots, Sayin was much lower. And I'm like stumping for him. I said, I think he's the most undersold returning Heisman finalist I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
He's accurate. He does. It's not his. It's like he gets penalized. Bobby will probably tell you the same thing here in a half hour. He gets penalized more for throwing to Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis and Chris Henry Jr., Carnell Tate last year. But he's still getting the ball out on time. He still throws the ball down the field. He beat Michigan. It was a rough game against Miami, but there were a lot of reasons for that weren't Julian Sayin. And, there's things to work on. But he has a Bo Nix quality to him in the passing game, maybe doesn't run as much. And there's no reason why he can't be in the top 5. I would say this, the top 6 quarterbacks we have, it kind of ends with Dante Moore there at 6. So some people might, if you said any one of our top 6 was number 1, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Whether it's Dante or Sayin or CJ Carr or Leavitt or Arch,
yeah,
or even Mensa. I really like that top 6.
Let's go a little bit deeper in the list. I want to go all the way to number 22, John Mateer. Before John Mateer hurt his thumb, we were talking about him being maybe even a Heisman front runner. After he hurts the thumb, it's just not the same. It didn't completely fall off a cliff, but it wasn't the play that we had seen before the thumb injury. That's a really good player down there at number 22. Was it the play after the thumb injury, Bill, that kind of keeps you from maybe putting him a little bit higher on this list?
That's a high upside guy. And, yeah, it was 2 different seasons. You watch John Mateer against Michigan, you're talking about a Heisman candidate. You watch John Mateer. I think this is speculation at best, but, maybe he came back too soon. Maybe. But even though, he was capable of playing, it was a little rough when he came back. Did end the season on a couple 300-yard games, one against LSU, one against Alabama in that loss. And there is some upside to him on that list in that spot. But, I mean, you look at the overall numbers, too. I mean, when I got into those, I was like, man, I thought he had more touchdowns than that. Yeah. I didn't think he had that many interceptions. So there were certainly some ups and downs. I do like that he has Arbuckle back for another year in that scheme at Oklahoma, and I think he'll play well.
All right, Bill, give us a player on this list. Catching up where I got Bill Bender of the Sporting News. Give us a quarterback on this list that you want to wax poetic about. You want to tell the country about this quarterback because you feel like he's undervalued, he's undersold, he's not getting enough respect. Give us the guy that by the end of the year, if we do this list again, he's going to be on here and everybody in the country is going to know exactly why.
Can I cheat and give you a guy that's not on the list that I think I'm going to miss? So just be self-aware. Here's a guy that I think Lincoln Kienholz at Louisville is not ranked, but he gets Brom, right? He gets two good running backs. They have a good scheme. I could see him climbing onto the list. As far as a guy on the list that I'd like to talk about, Bear Bothmeyer at BYU. He's used to that meathead team. He'd be a candidate. When your quarterback wears number 47 and he runs up the middle and he can get 20 carries and he ends the season on a 300-yard game, I mean, he's right up your alley, Jacob. So I think he could lead BYU to the playoffs. And if he does that, he could be in the contention for the Heisman Trophy. He's got reminds me a little bit, and I hate making the comparison. Sometimes you see a guy with that style, a little bit of Tebow, right? And, maybe not at that prolific level, and Tebow was a fullback running the football. But he had a really good freshman year, and I think he's going to build on it.
Catching up with the guy, Bill Bender of the Sporting News here on OTB. Bill, give us the quarterback outside of Arch Manning, because Arch Manning feels like he would be the answer here with the most pressure of any quarterback on this list to go out there and be as successful as this list says he can be.
Well, if it's not Arch, it's C.J. Carr. Notre Dame. Notre Dame, there's a perfect storm here of what he could accomplish. Look, Notre Dame hasn't had a Heisman winner since 1987. It was Tim Brown. I mean, I think I was 9 years old. They haven't won a national championship since the year after that, 1988. And they haven't had a first-round pick at quarterback since Brady Quinn. So if C.J. Carr goes out and does what I think he's going to do and leads Notre Dame to the playoff and a deep playoff run, possibly a national title, I think this team's good enough to do that. He could accomplish all of those things. So with that, we've done this before with Ron Paulus and Jimmy Clausen and you name a Notre Dame quarterback in the last 30 years that we've put this pressure on. I think there's a lot on him. And I would say they're not on the list, but whoever starts at Alabama between Mack and Keelan Russell, that quarterback's going to face a lot of pressure too, because it's just inherent that Alabama, their last two, Jalen and Ty Simpson, NFL, I mean, they've got this litany of NFL quarterbacks, so the next guy is going to be expected to be that good.
Who do you think is going to win that battle in Tuscaloosa? Because we talked about it the other day. Yeah, eventually Max got to be like, hey, guys, y'all wanted me to come here. Like, y'all brought me from where we were together to here. Eventually, I got to be the guy.
If I had to guess, I think Max will start, but Keelan will keep that pressure on him because of the talent. This is a tough one because, like you said, Max follows him from Washington, knows the system. Both played pretty well in the spring game, so you don't get a lot of readout. I don't get a lot of readout of spring games anyway, unless it's really obvious. And Russell's got some tremendous talent, so I could see it being a situation where Max starts early, but Russell plays, and before they get into the meat of that SEC schedule, they kind of come up with a winner.
All right, I'm going to ask you about one more name on this list, and again, we're catching up with our guy Bill Bender of the Sporting News, and that name's going to be somebody that LSU fans certainly know, and he is somebody that certainly went into college football with a lot of fanfare, and I think it's a big, big year for him in his development. That is on your list, number 23, Bryce Underwood at Michigan. What do you think it looks like for Bryce Underwood there in Ann Arbor?
There's been a lot written about Bryce Underwood, and I know you've seen it, about mixed reports about how it's going this year. Tremendous arm talent. Didn't get developed last year.
Nope.
And, there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, we all saw how the Sherman Moore era ended. But if Jason Beck can do for him what he did for Devin Dampierre, I think you could have a huge year. The big thing with me is it's not just Underwood, and I'm not making excuses, but they're receivers, man. They need the receivers to step up. They need Jamie French to be better, the Texas transfer. They need Andrew Marsh to take the next step. I recite this stat at will, and it's shocking. Michigan hasn't had a first-round receiver in the NFL draft since Braylon Edwards.
Oof.
That's 21 years. Ohio State has one every year. So, like, that's just you got to have guys to throw to, too. But I think Bryce does need to take that next step. There's some really flashes of brilliance, but there's definitely some inconsistency that he's going to have to work through this year.
All right, there he is, our guy, Bill Bender of the Sporting News. Good enough to join us. Bill, it's always a pleasure, man. We got to do this more often. I miss you over on the college channel on SiriusXM since I made the move to the NFL channel. I don't get a chance to catch up with you every week, and we got to change that.
Hey, let's change it, Jacob. Great talking to you. I'll see you next time. Take care.
All right, you as well. Again, Bill Bender does a fantastic job and really breaks it down like nobody else does and puts a lot of time and effort and analytics into it. And we always appreciate him hopping on with us. All right, we will take a break, wrap up hour number 2 when we come back here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right, your roof is your home's first line of defense, and when it needs attention, trust the experts at Pelican Roofing. So whether it's a roof replacement, repairs, routine maintenance, or professional inspection, Pelican Roofing delivers quality workmanship and dependable service across South Louisiana. Their experienced team uses premium materials, pays attention to every detail, and takes pride in getting the job done right the first time. They have got a rep built on honesty, communication, craftsmanship. Pelican Roofing is the team homeowners trust to protect what matters most, which is your home and your family inside of the home. Don't wait until a small roofing issue becomes a major problem. Remember, you can go to the website pelicanroof.com, and also they're doing big things in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, in your local community. So much so they have a community tab on the homepage, top right corner. Click on that, see what they're doing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge. Visit pelicanroof.com today. That's pelicanroof.com.
I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Another forgotten band. Just banger after banger, and all of a sudden it's like, where'd they go? What happened? I know they've had some tragedy in their band. I think one passed away from cancer, like maybe within the year.
The lead singer did, yeah.
Is that what it was? But like for such a long time, it's like, man, Three Doors Down, like every 3 months, banger, banger, banger. It's just like, did they just get happy and be like, hey, we're good. We're just that song's gonna play on movies and TV shows, and we're just gonna go to the mailbox and pick up that check, and we'll tour. We'll get like 6 spots maybe a year. We'll see you in Biloxi.
Little reunion tour maybe every now and then.
Yeah.
He died in February.
When the royalties get a little low.
Yeah.
Well, they were supposed to. So the Creed concert they had in New Orleans, it was supposed to be Creed and Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
That's when he came out with his diagnosis thing. So they had to switch it. So yeah, I mean, they were supposed to be here. What, a year ago?
Right. And yeah, like I said, they had a tragedy. But I'm just thinking like they were so good for like that period of time. And we always add bands to this list. Goo Goo Dolls is in that list.
Ooh.
Matchbox 20 is in that list.
I put the Fray on that list.
The Fray is certainly on that list.
Love the Fray.
Yeah.
Love the Fray.
And then all of a sudden, they leave us. I don't know where they go.
You make your money and you're done, I guess.
It's not like the sound changes.
It's a heavy schedule, man.
Yeah.
Musician.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
that's I imagine you do get burnt out on it as much as those artists love their craft and the thrill of performing and everything. That's a long career.
Well, especially a band more than a solo artist. There's multiple people in that group. You could have creative differences. People break up. Like,
What's the band I'm thinking of?
I could see how it would happen.
Lifehouse. Another one.
Put them on the list for sure. Yeah.
Lifehouse on the list. Kind of all in the same box there.
Train.
All around the same time period too. Like,
yeah, they were playing on the Big Dog 94.5 up in the Port City. I don't know what happened. But if y'all all want to come together for a music festival, I'll be there. I'll bring the beers.
well done.
I really would go see that, though. I would absolutely go see that. I don't even care where it was. I would go find a way. I don't even know what you would call, like, what do we call that genre of early 2000s, late 90s?
Alternative rock, maybe.
Is it?
That's what I was going to say. It was alt rock. Yeah.
Alt rock.
I guess so.
Alt punk.
I mean,
something like that.
Yeah, because it's not soft rock. It's not. I mean, I'd say
rock.
alternative. Yeah, alternative's a good thing.
Let us know in the chat what you would call that. And we're going to get to the chat here in hour number 3. So any questions, concerns, comments you have, go ahead and throw those in there. Remember, we have the text line as well, 225-499-1045. I think we have the text line ready to go. I don't know how to work it. Luke and Moose, I think, feel like they know how to work it back there, so we'll get to those as well. We got Bobby Carpenter in about 15 minutes from now. Stay locked in. It is OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just trying to stay active, Oshner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute is here to help you continue to move. Located at Elite Training Complex on Burbank in Baton Rouge, Oshner's walk-in orthopedic clinic offers fast, convenient care when injuries happen. And remember, there's a couple of big things here and a couple of big benefits. There's no appointment needed. And with on-site x-rays, the team can treat sprains, strains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, including ACL tears, and sudden and ongoing non-spine related muscle and joint pain as well. You'll have access to specialized orthopedic care, nationally recognized expertise, and a team focused on getting you back to doing what you love as quickly and safely as possible. So remember, you can walk in today, or you can learn more information at oshner.org/BRortho. That's Oshner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, helping move your healing forward.